Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What would it take for you to become so valuable that no one could ignore you? The answer lies in the power of personal development, relentless effort, and the pursuit of excellence. See, the world doesn't give attention to mediocrity. It doesn't reward you just for showing up. It rewards you for standing out. So how do you stand out? How do you make yourself too valuable to be overlooked? It starts with making a decision to grow, to improve, and to offer more than what's expected. You've got to be a master of your craft, an expert, and someone who adds value in ways that no one else can. But value isn't just about knowledge or skills. It's about your attitude, your work ethic, and your ability to adapt. You've got to be someone who can be counted on, someone who brings solutions, not problems. When you become someone others rely on, someone who consistently adds value, you create a reputation that's hard to ignore. It's not easy, and it's not fast, but nothing worth having ever is. It takes time, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of improvement. But the reward is being in a position where doors open for you, where opportunities find you because you've made yourself indispensable. So I challenge you today, make yourself too valuable to be ignored. Become someone whose presence is felt, whose contributions are recognized, and whose impact is undeniable. The greatest asset you have is yourself. Start there, read, learn, grow, and develop your skills. Knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is even more powerful. Don't expect the world to hand you anything. Outwork everyone. When you give 100%, others notice. When you give 110%, they'll remember you. No one notices mediocrity. Become so good at what you do that they have no choice but to respect your expertise. Make it a habit to offer more than what's expected. Whether it's an idea, a solution, or a helping hand, be the person who brings value to the table every single day. Don't wait for things to happen. Go out and make them happen. When you add value consistently, opportunities will follow you. Success is not an accident. It's the result of daily habits. Show up every day with the same drive and determination. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Build trust with others, and they will turn to you time and time again. Growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Don't shy away from challenges. Embrace them and use them as stepping stones to further your development. The world doesn't need more complainers. It needs problem solvers. Become the person people turn to when they need solutions, not excuses. Your attitude will determine your altitude. Stay positive, be persistent, and maintain a mindset of possibility. People want to work with those who inspire and lift others up. When it comes to success, the best investment you can make is in yourself. You see, the world doesn't pay you for what you know. It pays you for what you can do with what you know. But here's the kicker. You can't do much with knowledge unless you're constantly learning, growing, and expanding your horizons. The most valuable asset you'll ever own is the one you carry around every day yourself. So the question is, are you investing in yourself? Now, I'm not talking about just any kind of investment. I'm talking about the kind that transforms your life. You need to invest time, effort, and resources into becoming better, sharper, and more capable. It starts with a commitment to learning. Whether it's reading books, attending seminars, or seeking out mentors, you have to be relentless about acquiring new knowledge. You must continuously refine your skills and develop new ones. But investing in yourself isn't just about intellectual growth. It's about developing your character, your mindset, and your habits. Do you have the discipline to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it? Are you willing to take the necessary steps to maintain your health, your relationships, and your emotional well-being? You can have all the knowledge in the world, but without a strong foundation of character, it's meaningless. One of the biggest investments you can make is in your personal development. It's about creating a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. It's about seeing the opportunities around you, not just the obstacles. It's about developing resilience and the ability to stay focused on your goals, no matter how tough the road gets. This is where the real transformation begins. When you invest in yourself, you're not just preparing for success, you're preparing to live a life that's purposeful, fulfilling, and impactful. The great thing about investing in yourself is that the returns are exponential. Every book you read, every skill you acquire, and every habit you form compounds over time. In fact, the best thing about investing in yourself is that no one can take it away from you. As you grow, you become more valuable to those around you, to your community, and to the marketplace. And as you become more valuable, opportunities begin to find you. So remember this, if you want to change your life, you've got to start by changing yourself. And the only way to do that is to invest in yourself consistently, daily, and with purpose. The greatest investment you'll ever make is the one you make in your own growth. If you commit to that, the rewards will be far greater than you could ever imagine. There's a simple truth in life. The world doesn't reward people who merely show up. It rewards those who put in the work, who go the extra mile, and who give more than what's expected. If you want to be successful, if you want to build a future that others admire, then you've got to work harder than the next guy. It's that simple. The person who outworks everyone else has a significant advantage. Now let's talk about what it really means to work harder. It's not just about putting in more hours. It's about doing the work with intention, with focus, and with a level of dedication that others aren't willing to match. The next guy might show up, but will he put in the extra effort? Will he go the distance when things get tough? That's the difference. While others are satisfied with the bare minimum, you need to be the one who pushes through when it's easier to quit. You need to be the one who works late when everyone else is heading home, the one who keeps learning when others stop growing. The effort you put in today compounds tomorrow. Every hour you spend improving your skills, every minute you dedicate to learning, every decision you make to give your best, it adds up over time. And when you consistently outwork others, when you go above and beyond, you start to separate yourself from the crowd. People notice those who give more. Opportunities begin to find you because you've made a habit of doing what others won't. Hard work doesn't just pay off in obvious ways, not just about getting the promotion or landing the deal. The real reward comes in the form of the discipline you develop, the character you build, and the confidence that grows with each challenge you overcome. When you work harder than the next guy, you're not just winning the race, you're becoming someone who's capable of achieving things others can't even dream of. There's always someone else who's willing to put in more effort, who's willing to sacrifice their comfort for the sake of their future. The question is, are you going to be that person? Because the success doesn't just fall into your lap. It's earned, and it's earned through hard work. So while everyone else is waiting for the easy path, you need to be on the grind, doing what's necessary to build a life of success. Outwork the next guy. Be relentless. When you do, you won't just meet your goals, you'll exceed them. If you want to set yourself apart, you've got to master your craft. You can't expect to be successful by doing just enough to get by or by being average in what you do. Mastery is what separates the great from the good. It's about becoming so good at what you do that people notice you, that they rely on you, and that you're the first choice when the opportunity arises. You see, the marketplace rewards the expert, the person who brings value and is recognized as the go-to authority in their field. But mastery doesn't come overnight. It takes time, dedication, and a relentless commitment to improvement. You've got to put in the hours day after day, practicing, refining, and perfecting your skills. It's not about being good enough, it's about being exceptional. When others are taking shortcuts, you're putting in the effort to hone your craft. While they're satisfied with doing the bare minimum, you're pushing your boundaries, learning new techniques, and striving for excellence. Becoming a master means going beyond surface-level knowledge. It means diving deep into your field, understanding the nuances, the details, and the intricacies that others overlook. It means asking the hard questions, challenging your assumptions, and continually seeking improvement. A master doesn't settle for what they already know. They're always seeking to know more, to do more, and to be better. It's about giving yourself the freedom to fail and learn from those failures, because it's those moments of struggle that truly accelerate your growth. When you commit to mastering your craft, something incredible happens. You become irreplaceable. People begin to seek you out, not because of luck, but because you've become an expert, and they know that when they come to you, they're going to get the best. You build a reputation, and that reputation opens doors for you that remain closed to those who haven't put in the work. In the long run, mastery doesn't just make you more valuable, it makes you indispensable. But it's not just about the technical skills. Mastery also involves mastering your mindset. You need to develop the mental toughness, the focus, and the resilience that come with striving for excellence. A master is someone who doesn't get distracted by setbacks or failures, but instead uses those as fuel to keep pushing forward. They're the ones who keep going when the going gets tough, who stay focused on their goals when others give up. Mastery requires discipline, patience, and a willingness to outlast the competition. Remember, the journey to mastering your craft is a lifelong one. It's not about reaching a destination, it's about continuously improving, growing, and evolving. The more you master your craft, the more you realize there's always room for improvement. And that's the beauty of it. When you master what you do, you set yourself apart from the rest. And that's when the doors of opportunity begin to open in ways you never thought possible. If you want to create lasting success, you need to become someone who adds value every single day. The marketplace, the people around you, your business, none of these will reward you simply for existing. They reward you for what you bring to the table. The question you should ask yourself every day is, what can I contribute today that will make a difference? Adding value doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. In fact, it's the small, consistent actions that add up to make the most significant impact over time. It's about doing the little things, the things that others overlook. Whether it's an idea that solves a problem, a simple act of kindness that brightens someone's day, or a solution to a challenge someone else can't crack, you have to make it a habit to contribute in meaningful ways. Now, adding value isn't just about giving away your time or doing what's expected. It's about going above and beyond. It's about doing the things that make people stop and take notice. When you bring more to the table than what's required, you create a reputation for yourself. People begin to rely on you, seek you out, and trust that when you're involved, things are going to improve. But here's the key. You don't add value just for the recognition. You do it because it's the right thing to do. You do it because you understand that when you give more than you take, you're creating a cycle of abundance. Every time you add value, you're not only helping others, you're strengthening your own foundation. You're building relationships, creating trust, and positioning yourself as someone who has something worthwhile to offer. This is where the real secret to success lies: consistency. Adding value is not a one-time thing, nor is it something you do when it's convenient. Something you make a part of your daily routine. Every single day, you must ask yourself, how can I make a difference today? How can I contribute? And understand this, there's no limit to how much value you can add. You can always be improving, always be learning more, and always be looking for new ways to help others. The more value you add, the more opportunities you create for yourself. The more value you offer, the more the world opens doors for you. The more value you give, the more you receive, not just in tangible rewards, but in respect, relationships, and growth. In every interaction, in every project, and in every opportunity, look for ways to add value. Whether it's helping a colleague solve a problem, offering your expertise, sharing a bit of wisdom, or simply being reliable and dependable, make it your mission to contribute. When you make adding value your focus, success will follow. Not because you're chasing it, but because you've made yourself indispensable. And that's how you build a life that's rich in both purpose and reward. If you wait for opportunities to come to you, you might be waiting for a long time. The truth is, successful people don't sit around hoping for the right doors to open. They create their own opportunities. They take control of their future by being proactive, by going out and making things happen instead of waiting for the perfect moment. You've got to stop relying on circumstances to change in your favor and start making the changes yourself. Creating your own opportunities isn't about luck. It's about preparation meeting possibility. It's about identifying the needs around you, spotting where you can contribute, and then taking action to fill those gaps. It's about seeing an opportunity when others only see a problem or a challenge. There's always something you can do to create the next step in your life or career. It's just a matter of seeing it and acting on it. Opportunities aren't something that just happen by chance. They are made. When you consistently add value, work hard, and master your craft, you begin to position yourself in a way that allows you to create your own openings. You begin to recognize that opportunities don't just fall from the sky. They're born from hard work, persistence, and a mindset that refuses to wait for things to come to you. Think about it. People aren't out there waiting for someone to hand them a chance. They're creating those chances through their actions. They make connections, they build relationships, they take on challenges, and they push forward even when the path isn't clear. They know that success isn't something you sit back and wait for. It's something you pursue with determination and purpose. When you create your own opportunities, you begin to shape your own destiny. You stop being at the mercy of your circumstances and start being in control of your future. Whether it's starting a side project, building your personal brand, or reaching out to someone who could help advance your career, the key is taking that first step. Every small action you take, every conversation you start, and every effort you put in will bring you closer to the opportunities you want. But creating your own opportunities doesn't mean doing it alone. It's about seeing the bigger picture and working with others too. Building a network, finding mentors, collaborating, these are all ways you create opportunities for yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help, but make sure you're also offering something of value in return. The best relationships are the ones where both sides are growing, learning, and creating something greater together. So don't wait. Don't sit back and hope that something will change for you. Take action. Build your own opportunities, shape your own future, and decide for yourself where you're going. When you begin to create your own opportunities, you become the one who opens doors not just for yourself, but for those around you as well. And that's the kind of person who is destined for success. If you want to build something great, something lasting, you must cultivate discipline and consistency. Success isn't achieved by occasional bursts of effort. It's the result of showing up day after day, doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's about making the choice to act, to push through the tough times, and to remain focused on your goals no matter what distractions come your way. Discipline is the foundation on which everything else is built. Without discipline, your dreams and ambitions are nothing more than wishful thinking. You can have the greatest ideas, the best plans, and the most potential in the world, but without discipline, it's all just noise. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, and especially when it's not easy. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in, sticking to your goals when others are out enjoying themselves, and making the tough decisions that lead to long-term success. But discipline alone isn't enough. It must be paired with consistency. Success is not about doing the right things once in a while. It's about doing the right things every day, over and over again. Consistency is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who only dream of it. It's about developing habits that keep you on track, making small, steady progress each day and refusing to let up. When you commit to consistency, you're telling yourself that you're in it for the long haul, that you're not just trying to make quick gains, but that you're building something that will stand the test of time. The key to consistency is understanding that progress isn't always immediate. Sometimes you won't see the results of your hard work right away, and that's okay. It's the compound effect of consistent actions that pays off in the long run. When you do the right things day in and day out, the results will start to show. But if you lack consistency and start and stop every time things get tough, you'll never build the momentum that leads to success. Now the question becomes, how do you stay disciplined and consistent? It starts with creating a routine. A routine that supports your goals and holds you accountable. It's easy to get distracted by all the things life throws at you. But when you've built a disciplined routine, it becomes a non-negotiable part of your day. It's the difference between saying I'll get to it tomorrow and saying this is the priority today and nothing is going to stop me from completing it. Another part of cultivating discipline and consistency is learning to embrace discomfort. The road to success is rarely smooth, and there will be many days when it feels like the effort is not worth it. But those are the days that matter most. Those are the days that will define your future. When you push through the urge to give up and continue moving forward. It's easy to be disciplined when everything is going well. It's much harder when things get tough, but when you need discipline the most. When you consistently show up, when you consistently put in the work, even when the results aren't immediate, you'll build the kind of success that others will envy. You'll become someone who is trusted, relied upon, and respected because you've proven that you can deliver results over time. Consistency and discipline are your ticket to greatness because the people who can do the work day in and day out are the ones who will outlast everyone else. So remember, it's not about grand gestures or quick fixes. It's about the daily effort, the small steps that compound over time. The person who has the discipline to stay focused and the consistency to follow through is the one who will achieve everything they set out to do. And that's the kind of person who will create a life of true success. If you want to build lasting success, one of the most important qualities you can develop is reliability. Being someone people can count on is not only a mark of character, it's a foundation for building strong relationships and creating opportunities. When you're reliable, others know they can trust you to follow through, to keep your word, and to deliver on what you promise. This is the kind of person who stands out in any field because trust is the currency of success. Trust is not something you can buy or demand, it's earned through consistent actions. It's not enough to tell people you're reliable. You've got to show them through your behavior. Every time you commit to something, you need to follow through. Every time you say you'll do something, you need to do it. People judge your reliability based on what you do, not just what you say. So, if you want to build a reputation for being trustworthy, you've got to consistently prove that you can be counted on. Being reliable isn't just about doing what you say you'll do, it's about being consistent in your actions, regardless of the circumstances. It's about making the tough decisions, showing up when others don't, and staying committed when it's easier to quit. It's about being the one who can be counted on when things go wrong, not just when things go right. When you become that person, the one others turn to when they need help, the one who consistently shows up, you're building a foundation for long-term success. Reliability also means taking responsibility for your actions, good and bad. When things don't go as planned, the reliable person doesn't make excuses or shift blame. They own up to their mistakes, learn from them, and work harder to make things right. This kind of integrity is rare, but it's also one of the most valuable qualities you can have. People don't trust those who deflect responsibility. They trust those who take accountability and work to correct course. And it's not just in the big moments that you show your reliability, it's in the small everyday actions. It's the little things that others notice, showing up on time, being dependable in your work, following through on commitments, and always doing your best. These are the actions that form the basis of a trustworthy reputation. Being trustworthy also means being honest. It's about being transparent, not just in the easy situations, but also when it's difficult. Honesty doesn't mean saying whatever is on your mind in the moment. It means being clear, straightforward, and authentic in all your interactions. People value honesty because it creates an environment of trust, and without trust, relationships fall apart. Whether it's with colleagues, friends, or clients, being honest and transparent strengthens your reliability. As you become known for being reliable, opportunities start to open up. People want to work with those they can trust. When you're the person who always shows up, who always delivers, and who always follows through, you start to attract more business, more partnerships, and more respect. Your reliability becomes a competitive edge that sets you apart from the crowd. In the end, reliability isn't just a skill, it's a way of life. It's a mindset that says, I will do what I said I would do, no matter what. It's about developing the discipline to be dependable, the integrity to be honest, and the consistency to follow through. When you embody these qualities, you build a reputation that speaks for itself. People will come to you knowing that they can trust you to do what needs to be done. And in the world of business, relationships, and life, that kind of trust is invaluable. If you want to grow, you've got to seek challenges, not comfort. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone, to do what you already know, and to avoid anything that feels uncertain or difficult. But the truth is, growth doesn't happen there. The moment you become too comfortable, you stop growing. You stop pushing your limits, and you stop expanding your potential. Success is not built on comfort, it's built on challenges. Challenges are what push you to become better, to think differently, and to break through the barriers that keep you stuck. Every time you face a challenge, you're forced to stretch yourself. You have to adapt, learn, and innovate. It's in the moments of difficulty that you discover what you're really capable of. The challenges you face are the stepping stones to your future success. They're not roadblocks, they're opportunities in disguise. When you actively seek out challenges, you put yourself in a position to grow faster than the rest. While others are sitting back, waiting for things to get easier, you're taking on problems that force you to level up. You're choosing the harder path because you understand that it's the only path that leads to real progress. Challenges are what sharpen you. They expose your weaknesses and they force you to improve. They test your limits and show you where you need to focus your energy. And when you overcome them, you become stronger, more capable, and more confident. The real key to success is not avoiding difficulty, but embracing it. People who are successful don't shy away from problems. They look for ways to solve them. They're not afraid to step into situations that are uncomfortable because they know those are the moments when they'll learn the most. The greatest achievements don't come from playing it safe. They come from taking risks, making mistakes, and learning from those mistakes. Seeking challenges also means stepping into the unknown. It means taking on tasks that might seem overwhelming or beyond your current abilities. But that's the point. If it doesn't scare you a little, it's probably not going to help you grow. You've got to push yourself to the point where you're uncomfortable because that's where transformation happens. When you do something for the first time, it's always a challenge. But every time you face something new, you expand your capacity and increase your skill set. You evolve into someone who's capable of handling even greater challenges down the road. On the other hand, when you choose comfort over challenge, you stunt your growth. You get complacent, you stop learning, you stop stretching, you start to shrink from the very things that could take you to the next level. Comfort may feel good in the short term, but it's a trap that keeps you stuck in the same place. It keeps you playing small while the world around you is moving forward. If you're going to make your mark, you've got to be willing to push yourself, to take on challenges, and to be okay with discomfort. At the same time, it's important to realize that challenges don't always come wrapped up in a shiny package. Sometimes challenges come disguised as failure, as setbacks, or as obstacles you didn't see coming. But it's in those moments that your character is tested. Will you back down, or will you rise to the occasion? Will you retreat into comfort, or will you lean into the discomfort and push forward? The real measure of your success isn't how well you handle easy times, it's how you respond when things get tough. So seek out the challenges. Don't wait for them to find you. Make the choice to step into the unknown, to embrace the difficult, and to keep pushing your limits. Challenges will shape you into someone capable of achieving incredible things. The road to success is not easy, but it's the hard roads that lead to the most rewarding destinations. Keep seeking those challenges, and you'll find that they are the key to unlocking your greatest potential.